What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates on Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at it, seeing what's going on. Is it bearish? Is it bullish? Was this a fake out? Is it a breakout? We'll talk about it. We'll dig in. We'll start out with the bigger time frames, move on to the smaller time frames, and see what's going on. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Great community, guys. Come check it out. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you check it out. And don't forget, we're doing another Kobo Vault Generation 2 hard wallet giveaway. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and leave your comment down below. That gets you entered to win. We'll do a random comment pick from a random video throughout the week on Sunday. That is when we'll choose the winner. Good luck, and let's take a look at the news headlines, get a feel for the sentiment. Ethereum flippins Bitcoin to become the most used blockchain, blah, blah. Grayscale moves to list Bitcoin Cash as the Litecoin trusts for OTC traders. Just real quick on the Ethereum thing. If you guys belong to the Discord, you know how I feel about Ethereum. I think it's a scam train for other scams to jump on, just like the ICOs. Now it's DeFi. Yeah, you can make money trading it, get into it. Be careful, though. DeFi will be just like ICOs in the next year or two. So definitely be careful with that stuff. If you're going to trade it, fine. If you think it's a good long-term investment, you better do a little more research. All right. Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin inches up after trading flat for 2 weeks. Is gold and silver the next Bitcoin for millennials? This could be revolutionary. Biggest South Africa Bitcoin exchange raises funds for expansion. Over 7 million Americans own Bitcoin, but hold none in retirement accounts. Bitcoin interest wanes as violent breakout looms. Crypto exchange group eyes Bitcoin volatility hits 2018 lows, but is a repeat 42-inch drop possible, or 42%. I believe, like you guys know, if you watch the channel, I am still bearish here. Although there is a bullish case scenario, I'm leaning towards the bearish case. It's up to you to make up your own mind, obviously. I just give my opinion. I show both cases, and then I give you my opinion. So anyways, and of course, you shouldn't trade on my opinion. It's just my opinion. Anyways, Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We are at 50. We raised 6 points from yesterday. We are in the neutral zone. People getting extremely bullish, thinking this is a huge breakout. Could be. I doubt it. All right, let's take a look at why I'm bearish. If we look at the monthly here, higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI for the monthly. That doesn't mean we drop down today. It is the monthly. It takes time to play out, but it does make me bearish. If we look at the 8 EMA here, we're right around 8,700. I would expect a little bit of support there, possibly a bounce. If we do get down to that level, then if we break that, the next support's around the 8,400 to 8,500, and then we have the 7,900. If you guys can see this falling channel here, also the 55 EMA down at 5,400. That's why I have that as a target. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to go there, but it is definitely a possibility for you guys to keep in your mind. All right, let's look at the weekly. We had the same thing in the weekly, guys. Higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. Although this could have been played out here as this drop here, I do think we have more of a drop coming. The 8 EMA on the weekly is around 91.80, so that's price range to watch. For the weekly, a close below that will be pretty bearish. Then the next step is 9,000, which would be a 13 EMA, and then we have the 21 at around 8,800. 8,800 is a pretty... There's a lot of confluence around that 8,800. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get this out of here. Now, the bullish case scenario would be looking at this falling broadening wedge where we broke out right here. The measured move of that being 16,000. definitely a possibility, but looking on the weekly, this long-term trend line here, 9,700, a weekly close above 9,700 would turn me bullish. Unless that happens, I will remain bearish. I see no reason to be bullish. People are getting really excited, thinking Bitcoin's going to the moon. You hear that all the time. But as of right now, I do not see it. Let's also, looking at the weekly, you can see volume is just declining to nothing. And if you look at the weekly, yesterday's move was absolutely nothing. People get into the small time frames and think, you know, get into the 15-minute, 1 hour, even 4 hour and think a move is huge, but you zoom out and it was absolutely nothing. Also, I want to remind you guys, if you are interested in trading and want to give it a shot, or if you are a trader, I suggest you try out Prime XBT. I'll leave a tutorial up top. It's a great exchange. You can use your Bitcoin as collateral to trade Forex, S&P, Dow, gold, silver, oil, everything with just using your Bitcoin. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. You can use my promo code. Even if you are on it already, you can still use my promo code Savy50. That'll get you 50% bonus on top of whatever you deposit into your trading account up to 1 Bitcoin. And Savy25 will get you 25% off your fees for 1 month. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. And just be careful. Use stop losses. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And yeah, let's get into the daily. So looking at the daily, same thing. We had a little green candle here. People were making a big deal. Still just declining volume as of now. Let's take a look at one more thing on the daily that I've been talking about. If you look here, we got lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence. Does look like this is going to turn back around, but let's take a look at some places it could go. First, we will look at the bearish case. So on the bearish case, as you can see, this rising channel over here, what happened? This rising channel that we broke out of here back in June, the measured move of that is around 6,900. And if we look at the orange trend line here, the break of that one was target of 5,600. And again, guys, it doesn't mean we go straight down. We could still have more up movement before this happens. But I still believe we are looking at these lower lows, at least the $8,800 range. But let's look at the pink line. The measured move of that is 43 to 4,400. And the yellow trend line here that we broke out or broke down from on the middle of July. The measured move of that is around 4,000. Also, remember, we have a CME futures gap at 3,500, right around in the 3,500 range. You can see it all the way up to the 8 hour. So it is something to keep in the back of your mind. It is definitely a possibility. Let's take a look at the EMAs here. And looking at the EMAs, the EMAs do look bullish. Obviously, we had this big move up. You can see what happened last time. Could we get another one of these and just shoot directly back down? Definitely possible. Looking at this white dotted trend line here that I had off of all these peaks, we had a bunch of touches here, our big touch here. That's where we broke out. That's what made people extremely bullish. If we come back down to retest that, say we went down today, a fast drop today, be around the 91.20 range. A break and a close of the daily below that would be extremely bearish. Most likely headed around back down to this area here. That's about it with that. Don't forget to check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. There is a link to that below in the description with a lot of other links. There's hard wallet links. There is a Bitcoin IRA link where you can put your retirement fund into Bitcoin, trade it freely without charge. Definitely check it out. There's 1 month free using my link. But anyways, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. It's a great way to support the channel. She's got tons of crypto stuff on here. You can put anything you want. Any crypto, any saying, family pictures, whatever. They make great gifts. Also, just hit her up in the contact if you have any questions. All right. Looking at another view of the daily. And on this daily, we have the Fibonacci retracement from the swing high to the swing low to the swing high. And this 88.90 is the 0.236 fib. We have gotten plenty of bounces off there. It has been pretty good support. A break of that, the next move down would be around 79.41. I'm not going to go over all this. I've done it in plenty of videos. You can go into yesterday's. What I do want to talk about here is I got the EMAs off here just so it's a little bit more clear. What I want to talk about here, obviously the 6900 is the measured move from the fall of this rising channel. But I've drawn this trend line here where we broke out. If that was an actual breakout, which I don't think it was, the measured move of that would be somewhere in the $11,200 range. It's still definitely a possibility, keep that in mind, but I don't think that is the case. What I do want to show you is, let's move this trend line up to the top of here real quick. That being a fake out, in my opinion. Unless we break back above this 94.50 area, then we'll have some other targets. But if you haven't been watching the channel, you know that I've been talking about a bull trap, and we'll take a look at those targets also. Let's put this on here and do a measured move of this whole move. And a proper way to do that would be measuring from the first point of touch all the way up to the top of the triangle by extending this top line. And we brought this down. If we were to break out in the next day or two, look where, and that means break down in the next day or two. That does not mean that we shoot straight down to the target in the next day or two. That could take weeks. But the target does get us down to this golden pocket zone. The exact target, depending on where it would break, would be around the 63 to 6400. But the golden pocket zone is 6150 to 6360 area. But that does line up perfectly with that area. I would expect at least a big bounce there. If that does not hold, then we could be looking at the 5400, 0.786 at 5251. And again, we have that CME futures gap at 3500. Now let's take a look at measuring it just from this point. And if we were to do that and we were to break down the next day or two, that gets us right around that 7140, which is also the 0.5 fib, another place we could expect a bounce. If these don't hold, the 7941 being the 0.382, all these fibs we would usually get a bounce off of at least. But again, we could be continuing up from here, and I will show you my targets on that. Let's look at the RSI. So on the RSI, as you guys know, we're in this bigger falling channel in white, and we have gotten a touch at the top, touch at the bottom. Did not quite make the top here, came back to the bottom, back up to the top. Could we be coming back down to the bottom? That would be a huge drop, something like this over here, which was this drop. Definitely in the cards in my opinion. But as you can see, we had a rising or a falling wedge here that we broke out of, came back down, tested for support, got support. But again, we do have this hidden bearish divergence, lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. Keep that in mind. All right, now let's take a look at the 4 hour. Look at the RSI first. So in the 4 hour, we have the yellow rising channel, which we have gotten plenty of touches on the bottom here, but we also have formed a falling channel. And it looks like we did get rejected up here. Most likely going to head back down to test that area. That could be around the $8,800 range. We'll see what happens there. But let's look at the price action now. Dig into the RSIs. And the RSI, or I'm sorry, the EMAs do look pretty bearish here now. Or bullish, I'm sorry. Everything's rised up. But the yellow line here, the 55 EMA, the 200. If that does cross, that could give us a massive push up. But keep in mind, we're going to look at the 1 hour. I do believe if we do go higher, it still could be a major bull trap. But let's take a look at this falling channel in yellow. And the measured move of that from where we broke out would be around 10,400. That's the bullish case scenario. The bearish case, looking at these white solid lines here as a rising channel, we have tested the support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tons. We've tested it tons. Another test of this, which as of right now, within the next day or two, is around 91.50. A break and a close of at least a 4 hour below that could get extremely ugly really fast. Most likely head down to the 8800. Again, this is a 4 hour. We'll zoom in, look at the 1 hour, and get a better look at it. But what is the measured move of the fall from here is around, take a measured move. If we were to fall within the next day or two below that 9150 and break that 8870, 7921, 7120, which is our 0.5 fib, it lines up perfectly with that if it would happen within the next day or two below the 9150. So keep that in mind. And let's take a look at the 1 hour. So in the 1 hour, I have Fibonacci retracement drawn from this swing high up here to the swing low down here. Again, you can see we got rejected yesterday at, and if you watch my video, I suggested that that would happen. We got rejected at the golden pocket zone. Now a break back above this, we still have the 0.786 at 95.84. I've been talking about possibility of going up to there for a major bull trap, get a huge rejection, and continue down from there. Let's look at the bullish case. There's a very bullish case here also. If you look at these red trend lines as a falling channel, take a measured move of that channel where we broke out here. Where does that get us? Right up to about $10,300 range, which is definitely possible, guys. Although I don't think we'll break that 95.84. Again, I could be wrong. If you look at the rising channel here, we came back up, tested the old resistance or the old support and got rejected, came back down. And let's zoom in a little more. Look at this rising channel here that we did break out of, came back and trying to break back through right now. Let's zoom in and see where we're at with it. We are getting support on the top of this old rising channel here. I don't think it's going to hold, in my opinion. It does look like the EMAs are turning up a little bullish here, but we'll have to see what happens. Again, volume declining here, so could we get another push up to this golden pocket zone, which is in between 94.20 and 94.50. A break of that 94.50, I would be looking for a 95.84 range. As of right now, our major support would be 93. A break of that gets us back down to heading towards that 91.90 area. A break of the 91.90 could get us to the 0.236, which is 90.48, and then obviously our lower lows after that. Looking at this rising channel that I'd said we came back and tested the bottom of here and got rejected, the measured move of this breakdown here is around 8,800. Like I said, there's a lot of confluency with that 8,800. That is an area I am eyeing. Looking at the RSI here, get this off of here. Does look like we are in a rising channel. A break of this bottom trend line in the hourly RSI would be our next downfall. I think possibly to around the 92.50 area, which would be retesting the red, the red falling channel trend line here. So see what happens there, guys. Again, I am still bearish in the long term. We could have a couple little pushes up here and there, but in the medium term, I'm still looking for lower Bitcoin. Again, guys, this is my opinion. I could be wrong. I did show you there is a bullish case scenario. It's up to you to make up your own mind. If you're listening to anybody on YouTube, anyone on the internet, for trades, you probably shouldn't be trading. You need to make up your own mind. Anyways, that's all I got. Don't forget to smash those likes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash the notification bell also to get you notified when I post new videos. You can subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Leave your comment down below for the Kobo Vault giveaway. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.